if you still have any doubts, you can clarify those doubts with me. Okay, yeah, let's start. See, generally it is thought that there are a lot of students every year who clear UPSC in the first attempt, right? Like we always, when it is always about first attempt, we always go back to the example of Tina Dabi, right? That she had cleared UPSC in the first attempt. But nobody tells that she went to Vajiram Institute 4 years before she attempted her examination. Nobody talks about that. The attempt may be first, but the struggle before the first attempt is 4 5 years struggle. So you need to understand, when I use the word in first attempt, does not mean you take admission today, within 9 months everything is over and you come out with a first rank. That is next to impossible. That is next to impossible, and it may not happen in that way. Okay? See why? Because our education, academic education, whether you are a BTech, whether you are a BCom or whatever stream you come from, they are not aligned in the same line of UPSC requirement. So there are a lot of subjects which are taught to you here for the first time. Like you will learn internal security for the first time. Ethics, the way it is taught, it is for the first time to you. The way you will learn about international relations, completely different topic for you. So these dimensions do take a lot of time for you to understand the core concept about the dimension and linking it with what is happening in the contemporary times. So you have to give anywhere between, as a thumb rule, 15 to 18 months, depending on the hard work put in by the student, the dimension of the capability of the student to comprehend things. 15 to 18 months. If a student is little weak, 24 months is the time that it will take. 4 to 5 months initially you will take to understand which subject, which book, what to read, what not to read. 4-5 महीने इसी में लग जाए. So in the entire course of your presence in the institute, we will tell you about each and every dimension of UPSC. I myself personally, because I am the chief mentor here, so I will tell you each and every dimension. This subject, this book, this is the source, these chapters you read from here. Everything I will tell you. Okay, right. Let's start. In the first, if anybody who is not aware of the structure, as we all know, UPSC is a 3-staged examination: prelims, mains, and followed by interview. I assume that people generally know this. In prelims there are 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is your general studies paper, paper 2 is your CSAT paper, the civil services aptitude test paper, basic mathematics and reading comprehension, right? Once you clear the first stage, then you enter the second stage, which is called the mains examination, in which you have total 9 papers. In the mains, the difference between prelims and mains is, while prelims is an objective examination, prelims is a descriptive examination. You have to write the way you wrote in colleges and all. Okay, so it is a descriptive examination. After the mains, the third stage, we call it the personality test stage. The personality test stage, some people call it interview also, but technically it is not an interview, it is a test of your personality. Okay, that's why it is called personality test. When I see the marks, the mains is of 1,750 marks and the interview is for 275 marks. So the total going up till 2025 marks. This is the marks structure of your mains and your what you call interview, combined together, right? And when we talk about the age limit, educational qualification and the attempts, as we all know, age limit, it starts at 21. You become eligible to appear in the examination once you are 21 years of age. Even though if you are in the final year of your graduation, you can attempt the prelims examination. Okay, so before going for your mains, you have to submit your provisional certificate of your graduation. Before you go for your personality test, you have to submit the original certificate of your graduation, right? 21 to 30 is the bracket. The number of what you call attempts a general category student gets is 6. A reservation category, that is OBC student, gets is 9 attempts, and for SC/ST students there is no what you call limitation on the number of attempts. There is a limitation on the age though. There is a limitation on the age though. For SC/ST people, there is a what you call limitation on the age. What is that limitation? That you get 5 years more than the others. So if the upper cutoff age for others is 32, the SC/ST people will get 5 more years. When it comes to the physically challenged, you get 10 years more. So till 42 years of age, a physically challenged student can continue to write. and there is no restriction on the number of attempts. It means that if somebody qualifies at the age of 21 to write the exam, if that student is physically challenged, he or she can attempt for 21 times, that is 21 years. But when it comes to SC, ST, 37 minus 21, around 16 attempts the SC, ST student gets. The attempts is 9 for OBC and 6 for general category students. Okay. Yeah, I thought initially only I'll try to cover this dimension of myths with you so that things get clarified. See, the myth that you need to study 18 hours a day is partially true. Why I am saying it is partially true is, it is a general norm that just before our examination, maybe couple of days before our examination, you tend to study the whole day and the whole night in some dimensions, right? So the same goes with UPSC also. Maybe for your college examination, a day or two or a week before you will study like this. But for UPSC, maybe a month or a 45 days duration, you end up studying anywhere between 12 to 14 hours a day. 18 hours is a little exaggeration, but it may happen once, maybe 1 or 2 days it can happen in your journey. So that is the reason why I said it is a partially correct statement. If you ask me as a thumb rule, daily how many hours you need to study, if you are attending classes, whether offline or online classes, if the classes are for anywhere, say for 4 hours you have everyday classes. If you have classes for 4 hours a day, even if you go back home, if you are able to study for 3 to 4 hours, fair enough. If you have classes for 6 hours in the institute, if you are able to study 2 to 3 hours, fair enough. Gradually increase the tempo. From first day, do not sit for 18 hours. What will happen? You will get exhausted, because UPSC is a long journey. If you have to travel that long journey, you have to conserve your energy to sit with the books for some time. So gradually build up the tempo. If you sit with the books 18 hours a day, first day, second day it will become 17, third day it will become 15, 16, gradually one day you will not touch the book. So you have to gradually build the tempo from lower to higher. And in any case, combinedly in the institute or personal studies, if you are able to give anywhere between 6 to 7 hours proper concentration, more than enough. If 24 months, if you can do this, that you are sitting with the books for what you call cumulatively for 7 to 8 hours in a day, more than enough. Believe me, you are competing for 1 to 50th rank if you are able to do that. See, in UPSC, the biggest problem is consistency. Why this is problem? Because the journey is long. That's the problem. Because of the journey being long, consistency becomes a challenge. And because of the what happens is, this is the time when you are most of the time sitting and reading. Health also gets affected in some dimensions. So you need to be very clever to take care of your body also, to take care of your mind also. Okay? So you will learn, everybody, no matter a boy or a girl who gets into UPSC preparation, one episode of falling sick will happen, because the body is not tuned to this kind of what you call engagement in as a day-to-day routine. It will take some time for adjusting to that particular thing. So try and maintain your consistency with your books. One must be very intelligent. This is definitely not the case. Had it been that, then UPSC, instead of conducting this examination, it would have gone to the colleges, it could have picked up the top percentage lot and tell them, please you come and write the examination. It's not the case. UPSC is saying anybody with 50% of marks in graduation can appear the exam. That's the beauty of UPSC. And it has been proven historically, people who are very extraordinary in academics in the college days, they have not made it big in UPSC. But people who have been average, above average in their college days, they have hit the screens in UPSC. So it means more than intellect, it is the hard work that matters in UPSC. See, in UPSC, people carry the burden of poor performance in what you call academics, and also the glory of very good performers in academic in the college days. So you need to now align where you stand and how you have to handle that. If you are poor, then you have to work hard. If you are intelligent, you have to be more intelligent to tell yourself that I have to be consistent. UPSC is not a rabbit race, UPSC is a tortoise race. You have to be like a tortoise. The tortoise lives for 500 years. So you will also have to design your system that you that you sustain for a longer duration journey in UPSC. Very, very important, right? And it takes 5 to 6 years of preparation. True for people who do not follow the strategy, and this 5 to 6 years can go to 9 to 10 years also. I have a lot of students who have done this mistake and they are here in since last 9, 10, 11, 12 years also. Ashok Nagar में green card मिल गया उनको, ठीक है? So don't do that. Don't do that. Follow the right strategy. Come, prepare, study hard. Cut down cumulatively the number of days that you have to work hard. Work hard more per day. Pass this exam and get out of Ashok Nagar. That should be the target of yours. You have one thing I would advise. Give an end date to yourself. Okay, this is the time I have to make it. If I do not make it by this date, if those 3 letters do not come behind my name in those 3 within that time period or the duration, I will quit UPSC. It will create positive pressure on you. You decide the day when you join for your foundation class, I will give 36 months to myself starting from today's date. 48 months to, that is the end cutoff date. That I will not stretch this beyond this particular point. So that it will keep you reminding you, your subconscious mind will keep telling you, the time is running, the time is running, I have to sit with the books, I have to sit with the books. So if you do that, it will have a positive effect on your preparation. Wherever you sit and study, just write that date in bold letters. Take a black marker and really write that date on the wall. This is my D-Day. I have to prove myself before this day arrives. Otherwise, I will quit UPSC. So that will create that positive effect in your preparation. Okay? That's one. This is one dimension. It is difficult for BTech students to pass this exam. Don't get carried away by the subjects of economy, polity, history. If I take out if I carry out a survey, 81, 82, 83% of the students who are passing UPSC are BTech students. Because that is the proportion of people who are coming for UPSC also. So just forget this notion that it is difficult for the BTech students to pass UPSC. It is not so. It is exactly not so. We need strong English and maths. See, this maths is only required at the first stage, and that too basic mathematics in CSAT. But when it comes to English, I may not use the word strong here, but good English. And this good English will automatically come to you as part of your preparation. Because so much of information is coming to you from newspaper, from articles, from current affairs, from standard textbook, classroom discussions with the faculty, dictation of the notes, so many things you are seeing, your vocabulary will automatically develop. So this may not become strong overnight, but it will become good with time. So give that time to yourself. Do not be in a hurry. Give the time to yourself. Then strive to, whenever you read any article, I was discussing with one of the students in the morning today, I think it was you only, right, Nishita, that whenever you read an article, there is a, what am I getting from this article? In what am I getting from this article, the first question that you should say is this article teaching me any new word today? So that is how you build your vocabulary. There is a slide on vocabulary. I'll talk at length about vocabulary when that slide comes, okay? Then postings in districts and rural areas only. In the entire course of your service, the only time that you will get posted to this is till such time you become a DM, the district magistrate or the DC, district collector, district commissioner, what they call. That is the only time when you go to a district level. After that, rarely you get an opportunity, even if you want to serve a district level, because your services would be required at the state level, the center level and the international level, not at district level. So come out of this notion that you will land up only in the districts. No, you will have to really struggle to be in the districts after couple of years of service in bureaucracy. Okay. Now, timeline in UPSC, I told you, if it is a thumbnail rule, 15 to 18 months before the date of your prelims exam. This is the date, 15 to 18 months, not mains exam or not interview. Whenever is your prelims examination, usse minus 18 months kar lo. So that is when you have to start your preparation if you are aspiring to get a rank between 1 to 50. Then this should be your time that you should give. Second, by what time the prelims preparation should be complete. There is no thumb rule for this, but as a guiding factor, it is anywhere between 6 to 7 months before again prelims. Before prelims, 6 to 7 months before, you should be in a position that tomorrow prelims I should be able to write. Day after main starts, I should be able to write. That should be your level of preparation. Then you are not only in the race, you are competing for the first position. So that is whenever, see what happens is, any student who starts his journey from his or her hometown aspiring for UPSC, the dream starts with the first rank. The dream always starts with the first rank, whether he is an academically strong student or a weak student. But when he or she comes here or anywhere they go, gradually it sinks in that it is not that easy. So that is when you try to convince yourself that probably not first rank, maybe 1 to 100. 3 months into preparation, probably I think I am asking too much for myself. I think IAS is enough. Couple of months into preparation, I think IPS mil jaya kafi hai, I don't need IAS. So what is happening is that fear is taking over you. It means that the time that has passed, you have not used that time in the proper way of preparation. If the preparation is proper, if the strategy is correct, and the people who are guiding you, they are correct, the first rank dream should become stronger and stronger day by day. But it does not happen. It does not happen. Why? Because you get feared by seeing the content on day one. I have seen many students in my life as a teacher, first 2-3 weeks they are visible, after that gayab. They never came back to UPSC because they feared that it is so much to read. After reading, you will come back to me, sir, there is nothing to read. UPSC. So you have to be in the field of competition and hang on for some time. Things will automatically pass. And one thing, you should never lose faith in yourself. If you lose faith in yourself, if the UPSC calls me and tells, Oberoi, you have your interview tomorrow, sir, give me time, I am reaching there on time. Tell me what is the time I am supposed to reach. That should be your preparation, your mindset from day one. Don't keep hanging. My guru who happened to teach me my subjects, he used to tell, Oberoi, whenever you are preparing for UPSC, keep interview in mind. Do not keep mains or prelims in mind. Study as if somebody is going to call you on the phone and tell tomorrow is your interview. So prepare keeping that in mind, so that every day you are telling, I am ready to face the board today. You call me, I am coming. So keep that positive attitude in your preparation. It will come with confidence, but at the same time, no overconfidence. Because there is a very thin line between confidence and overconfidence. Never get carried away by your information. Even if you get first rank in the interview, nobody got that much of marks what you have got. Still, your awareness levels in front of the board is nothing what they have seen in their life. So don't try to show them that you are intelligent more than them. They have seen life for 30-35 years when they are sitting in the interview board. Stay grounded. One leg always on the ground. You will never fall. If one leg is on the ground, you will never fall. Believe you me. So try and understand the importance of that, no matter what you get in your life. When to start optional? Give 3 to 4 months time for yourself to settle down with GS. I have seen some students, this happens with me in every batch. They take GS admission, next week take optional admission, both get disturbed. They are not seen here, they are not seen there. Because 3 to 4 hours here, 3 to 4 hours there. First day 8 hours. I told you consistency is important. He will lose interest in both of it. So do not do that mistake. Take 3 months time, let things settle down in your mind, let your routine settle down in a particular way, then jump into the optional. Very important, optional. You have to do at the earliest possible. When to start CSAT preparation? If you are very weak in maths or English, and if the answer is both, if you are weak, you should start the preparation at the earliest opportune moment. Whether it is 2 months into GS, whether it is 3 months into GS, I leave it to you. There are so many free channels also which are providing CSAT preparation. Why? Because there is no point losing the battle you know, losing the, I have seen MTech students failing in CSAT, struggling to get that 33% in CSAT. Is it worth it? So much of effort of 2 years, 3 years. If you are poor here, start at the earliest possible, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months into GS. But when you are doing optional with your GS, avoid CSAT at that time, because you will get stressed up. There is no point doing all three together. So you will just drain yourself throughout the day and nothing will go into your head, because you will not be able to revise anything. Neither the optional, neither the GS nor the CSAT. If you are weak in mathematics or English, if the case is both, start with GS, 2 months into GS, GS plus CSAT, complete CSAT in 2 months time frame, then jump into optional. This is my sincere advice to you. Okay? Then when to take the test series? See, there is a belief system that you have to complete the entire syllabus before you start taking the test series. Not required. If you are 6 to 7 months into GS preparation, 7 months, 6, 7, 8 months into GS preparation, start taking the test series. Why? Because when you take test series at that time frame, 6 months, 7 months into the classroom studying, you will start analyzing for yourself, is my classroom education going in sync with the tests that are happening, the questions that are being framed? This topic has been covered to me in the classroom, but why I have not been able to, what you call, correctly attempt this? So the answers to that will come from your classroom learning. So 6, 5.5, 6, 6.5 months. What I do here is, from first week itself, you will have prelims test at the end of the week, you will have mains test at the end of the week. That fear for test, no? That fear for test, I will kill day 1 only, so that you will not fear to attempt any test from the UPSC perspective. Okay? Yeah, we always talk about these 3 pillars. I always strongly feel nobody can pass UPSC. UPSC is bigger thing, prelims, if he or she is weak in either of these 3 subjects, whether it is polity, whether it is history, whether it is economy. If you are weak in any of this one subject, you can never pass UPSC. It means you have to give 60% of your attention to these 3 subjects: Indian economy, Indian polity and history. This is one, if you are not giving adequate time, it will give you sleepless nights. So try to address. There is something known as eating the frog strategy. What happens generally when we are kids, what the parents do, the item that you like, whether it is a sweet item or a hot item, they will keep that in front of you and force you to eat which you do not like. So they will force you to eat what you do not like, so that you feel that after eating it immediately, I will start eating this. The same way, if you have a natural fear for a subject, or a natural, what you call, a little more effort is required to conquer that subject, start your preparation with that subject. So that will help you in getting a hold on to your enemy at the earliest. It is called eating the frog first strategy. Okay? Yeah, building the vocabulary, I told you, all these 5 dimensions, they have their own vocabulary. You cannot use the economy vocabulary in ethics. You cannot use the Indian polity vocabulary in IR. So every subject has its tone of expressing a viewpoint on that subject. So that will come when you have, I am not saying you make a dictionary of each subject vocabulary, no. But over a period of time, try to see through the articles, what is the language he is using when he is expressing an economic article, what is the tone, what is the choice of words that he is using. So accordingly, these 5 subjects if you master, and out of all these 5, the most difficult to master is ethics, because each and every word which is a part of sentence that you write has a meaning. Each and every word has a different and distinct meaning. So choosing the appropriate word at the appropriate place to convey the appropriate meaning is the most difficult thing to do in ethics. So that is why the building up of the vocabulary base of the ethics is known to be the toughest. So try and do this vocabulary build up from day 1 of your preparation. If somebody is too weak in English and he or she has decided to give the examination in English, then I suggest you start making a dictionary of this subject behind your class notes. Dedicate 10 to 20 pages, whatever word you find it in English, write the Telugu immediate what you call meaning of that word, then English easier explanation of that particular word. Over a period of time revise it, that is how you will develop your vocabulary base. Take care. See, one thing I tell my students, probably in yesterday's class also I was telling, history is proof that none of the UPSC topper has topped the interview. Last year, the person, if I am right, 77th rank student was the interview topper. It means 1 to 76 in the personality test were behind him. This 77th rank student got 206. So it means that if you have a good knowledge, need not necessarily your personality be very good or as per the requirement of UPSC. Okay? So that is the reason why you see these people will always struggle. And the people who have done well here, she is a classic example, Ira Singhal. See how much she has got. 162 means in interview if you get 162, you have automatically landed in rank anywhere between 80 to 140, automatically. 162 means. But this lady got so much in her, see, the trend started changing somewhere here in mains when UPSC has become magnanimous in giving more marks. Otherwise, scoring 900 in mains was considered to be a heavenly achievement. So this girl got 920 and even still 160, she managed to get the first rank in UPSC, which never happened. So that is the importance of your mains examination. That is the reason why I stress in the class every day. Think how to write the mains exam. Learn how to write the mains exam on your own without any support of anybody. Do not seek for an answer from me. I will teach you the concept. You try to write an answer by yourself. So that should be the strategy to get a good score in mains. This has never happened. This guy was a unique example. Anudeep. This guy was a completely unique example. Anudeep Durishetty. Right? He, just see the score here. Just see the score here. Essay paper. Half battle won by just by 2 papers. Half battle is already won. 145, 160, 130, 290. It means if I round it off to 300, it means she wrote one GS paper extra. That is the kind of marks she got in only 2 subjects. That she got 100 score of another GS, as if she has written 5, instead of 4, 5 GS papers. So that is the importance. There is something known as iron curtain. In UPSC, the best way to tell others you don't deserve to be next to me is only by 3 methods: optional, essay and ethics. If you are strong in these 3, automatically you will get elevated above rest. They still remain there. And these are the 3 domains where we do not give importance. That is, again, you will see it for yourself. Neither you will study ethics, neither you will study essay, nor you will revise optionals enough. Knowing that these 3 subjects will only create the iron curtain. You will get what you call fixed in the vicious circle of GS 1, 2 and 3. उसी में घूमते रहोगे, पॉलिटी हिस्ट्री इकोनॉमी उसी में घूमते रहोगे, and you will not give adequate importance to these 2 and the optional, so that which are very important. Okay, that was intended to give you that feel. Recently one YouTube of her video became viral on YouTube when she was in Labasna. Okay, I'll take some time to talk about ethics and essay, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, then afterwards we'll move ahead. Okay, ethics, as I have written, you have to start early. Early means not day 1. Early means not day 1. Maybe 3 to 3.5 months into UPSC start. The moment basic polity, basic economy, basic international relations, internal security things are done, start with your ethics. Why? Because it takes time to understand certain dimensions and remember them verbatim in ethics. This is one paper, maybe certain dimensions you will have to by heart also. So it will take some time, not all, only certain dimensions where probably you need to reproduce as if it is written in the book exactly. Okay. So start early, build up the vocabulary, the most difficult part which I have already covered. Keyword list is the foundation. What are the various words which are keywords in ethics? Honesty, integrity, aptitude, emotional intelligence. Where am I supposed to use these words is very, very important in ethics. So you need to develop a keywords list over a period of time. And if you happen to use these in governance topic, in IR topic, in internal security topics, that will fetch you good marks. That will fetch you good marks. All the 7 chapters, some say they are 9, some say 7, all the 9 or 7 chapters you need to what you call cover, cannot leave anything, and practice as many case studies as possible. Pick up, there are so many, just go back, 2013 say, just go back, take out case study, practice, show it to the faculty or your mentor, he will take care of it. So you have to do this as early as 4 to 5 months into preparation, otherwise you will be delayed. As I told you, what is the chakra view? You go inside and you come dead outside. Okay? People will bring you on stretcher, ho gaya interview saab ka le jao. Okay? So that is when, if you are not prepared. And what is the first point? Start from day 1, that I have to face the interview board one day. The topic that has been taught to me in the class today, if that topic is asked to me in the interview, how will I answer that topic to the board? That should be your approach. That should be your approach to UPSC. Work on this. I am telling you, all said and done, I have been part of so many interview boards. A student who is well dressed, a student who can speak well, carries a positive what you call image on the board. Even if he or she struggles to give correct answers to something, if they have the good communication skills and good personality projection, we tend to not punish them that hardly. So work on this particular dimension very much. Yeah, know yourself thoroughly, very, very important. This we do not do. Right from your childhood, you have tried to know everything else other than you. If you want to know who you are, at regular intervals, detox yourself from technology. You will automatically come to know who you are. Whether it is mobile, whether it is TV or anything, if it is a technology, detox yourself from the technology for a week and see how your thought process changes overnight. You will be surprised, and one thing will come to your mind. The first thing that will come to your mind is, I have so much of time. The first what you call realization. The second realization is what I want to become. These two things will strike to you in the second week or the third week only. Try to do this at least in a month. Follow this, 1 day of technological detoxification. Nothing, no phones, nothing. Tell you whosoever is very important to you, day 1, 24 hours, I am out of communication. You don't have to go to Himalayas. You be where you are, but avoid yourself from any technological influence on your time factor. Then you will realize how much time you have with you. Those 8 hours, 10 hours will automatically come to you, right? Now, and the most important thing is, you will know yourself, what you want from life. That is the most important dimension when I am saying cut off from the technology for 1 day in a month. See this, I keep telling everybody this at the later stage, not now. When you are closing to your prelims examination, after prelims, try to by heart your bio data also, because lot of questions will keep coming in the interview. It is more or less 50-50. 50 is current affairs, 50 is bio data. Simple. So whatever you have written, they will ask from that dimension only. If you have written you are a BTech in civil engineering, expect a question, they will ask. If you have written you have done something in your diploma in something, they are going to ask. If you have written, you have participated in a trek, you went to Himalayas, you know climbed Mount Everest, your interview will hover around that topics only. So be mindful of what you write. Do not write what you have not done. It takes 30 seconds for them to catch you that you have just written, you know, what you call painting, rangoli, my hobby, gardening, my hobby, रोज तुलसी के पत्ते को पानी डाल रहा है उसको गार्डनिंग बोल रहा है. So that is not gardening technically, right? So try to understand the difference. Do not bluff with them. Very difficult, believe you. Very difficult. We are all humans, and humans we are bound to err. Err means to commit a mistake, and the mistake is we develop negative attitude. I know everything. I do not know anything. Both are negative. I know everything. I do not know anything. I know some things. I want to know more things. I need to know more things. So positive attitude. So that is when you will make yourself eligible for this exam. You have to prove that I am the one who deserves to be getting this rank. That you have to prove to the UPSC. This you have to do initially. This you have to do. You have to develop that self-confidence by revising, by rehearsing whatever you have been studying. Very, very important. Yeah. One slide I will explain. Rest all is general, what you call understanding only. English news channels देखना है. You have to see. If not daily, at least 15 to 20 days in a month for half an hour. Keep time for yourself. Every day before I go for dinner, 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. half an hour Al Jazeera channel, news update, Google. The language that they use, the areas that they cover will open up your thought process. Do not get carried away by the, see, Al Jazeera has some, you know, hidden intentions of spreading one fundamental ideology. Don't fall in that trap. Just look for the kind of news that they are trying to cover. Be careful with that particular dimension when you listen to Al Jazeera. Very, very important, right? Rest all you can do. That's not a problem. Yeah. See, this forgettingness, see, the biggest blessing of God to humankind is the ability to forget. Believe me. If that is not given to the humankind, then whomsoever if you have lost in your life, you cannot come out of that pain. And that pain will remain in the same magnitude for the rest of your life. So that is why when God designed this body and mind for you, He rightly corrected certain dimension that human nature is to forget with passage of time. Whether it is an incident, whether it is a relation, whether it is any bad incident or a good incident for that matter, we tend to forget. So even what is being taught to you in the class, if you do not try to revise it in the right time and the right perspective, you are bound to forget it. If what is taught to you today, if you have not revised it even once, within 7 days, 90% you will forget. Because that is beyond human capability, because of the blessing by God, that you will forget what is being taught to you. Try to understand the importance of the forgetfulness. So pray to the God, at least for 2.5, 3 years, reduce this forgetfulness quality in me for some extent. Okay? You pray to the God every year. And this pomodoro technique, probably in movies also you would have heard about it. Very important. May not be now, but definitely closer to examination. What the pomodoro technique says is, it is a technique wherein you 25 minutes alarm you put. You sit, you put alarm after 25 minutes. You sit, whatever is task in hand, you try to complete the task in that 25 minutes. Even if it doesn't complete in 25 minutes, is a bigger task, don't worry. After 25 minutes, take a 5 minutes break, exact 5 minutes break. Lie down, have a cup of water or a glass of water, just close your eyes and lie down. Immediately after 5 minutes, another alarm, next 25 minutes set. First 25, next 25. First, initially, you will be able to do 1 or 2 cycles. These are called cycles. If you are able to continuously do 2 times initially with that 5 minutes break, it is good. Gradually try to achieve a cycle of anywhere between 6 to 8. Anywhere between 6 to 8. So if it is 8, how many hours? Calculate. 8 25. आधा घंटा है. Technically this is half an hour. 4 hours, right? So 4 hours, if you are able to concentratedly sit, you are fighting for the first position, let me tell you. But this should be your aim, gradually to reach this aim. Because only 5 minutes, 25 minutes, 5 minutes break, 25 minutes, 5 minutes break. The time will pass, you will not come to know. Time will pass, you will not come to know. So that is what is called the Pomodoro technique. See, many students come to me and ask, sir, is newspaper reading important? Do you think they are going to write any exam? They are reading, no? Why they are reading? Because they are wanting to know what is happening around them. You want to become a bureaucrat, but you don't want to know what is happening around you. Can I make you a bureaucrat without knowing what is happening around you? No, right? So you have to be the person involved in all the things happening around you. So you need to be the person knowing whatever is coming in this paper. Technically you should be knowing everything. If it is a local district edition, you should technically know everything. So the newspaper reading, there is no exception. See, when I am saying newspaper reading, it does not mean physically holding the newspaper and reading. Anybody giving you content of the newspaper, read that, no problem. But you have to read what is happening around you every day without fail. That is the logic of newspaper reading. Whether you hold the paper in your hand, whether you get a soft copy of that paper, if anybody is editing the articles and giving to you, doesn't matter. But you have to read the content of the newspaper, preferably every single day. Okay. A routine plan, we'll share this routine plan with you. Just a routine plan with a student of 4 hours of classes, evening shift of classes. This is the what you call class timings, attending classes I have written, say 4 to 8 p.m. This is the time frame when you are attending classes. Rest all is your self-time preparation. Make a routine plan for yourself. See, in UPSC, if I ask you, what are you doing, Asha, tomorrow 4 p.m.? You should have an answer immediately on your tongue. If you do not have an answer, it means you are not doing planned preparation. It means your preparation is random. If your preparation is random, UPSC syllabus will never be complete. You have to be a person who is planning her day or his day at least a week before. It has to be like that. Otherwise, you will badly struggle with UPSC. The syllabus will never get over. If I ask you, today is Monday, Friday 6 p.m., what are you doing, Asha? Sir, 1 second, sir. Sir, 6 p.m., I am reading NCERT, History chapter 6 and 7. This should be your answer. If you are able to do that, you are going in the straight line, which is the shortest distance to your destination. 1 week, not more than a week. Don't make more than a week. And whatever is the target for that particular day, try to complete that target. That is the reason why don't put unachievable target daily. Simple, chota targets, try to leave that subject maybe 1 notch above your target, so that you are aware that I am already ahead of my schedule. That will give you that what you call kick to do more before you stop working on that particular dimension. Okay? Very, very important. This is one area. Do not be in a hurry. Do not listen from your friends कि optional क्या लेना है. Take time. 3 months into GS preparation, automatically you will understand where your heart is connecting to which subject, what subject you feel is good for me, how much support I will get in GS. All these dimensions will open up. Ask 5 questions to yourself before you decide on its optional. Question number 1. What is the past performance of this optional? How this optional has performed? People choosing this optional, what best ranks or what worst ranks these people have got. 2. The availability of a good faculty, whether a good faculty is available nearby or not. 3. availability of good study material of that particular subject available or not. Fourth, very important, support in GS. What kind of support this particular optional is giving to me in GS, very important. And last comes your interest. Though it is written in the last, it is very important dimension in selecting your optional. Just it is that I am writing in the last, it doesn't mean that it gets the last preference. It gets somewhere close to first or second preference only. So ask these questions to yourself, you will automatically come to know what is the best optional for you. What is the best optional for you? Okay. Study material, important sources I have given. Things that you cannot avoid, I'll tell. As part of study material, prescribed textbooks you cannot avoid. You have to read the prescribed textbook for that particular subject. That guide system does not work for UPSC. Try to understand. Guide system never ever works for UPSC. You have to, why? Because if you read the prescribed textbook, it will help you in developing a what? Perspective. Very important. It helps you in developing a perspective about that subject. So very important. Second is your own classroom study material to revise quickly what has been taught to you. And third, the study material which I am giving you is a compendium of what I give you here. I cannot tell about other institutes. What I give you here is a compendium of the best of the textbooks in different subjects. So automatically along with your classroom, this also gets that particular preference in your order of study material resources. This will come at a later stage. This will come at a later stage, and this is part of your daily study source. So there is nothing to dwell upon that. Some guidelines for the freshers, if you can read, most important guideline for the fresher that I give is try to have a mains oriented approach from day one. Why? Because do not fear writing answers ever. If you fear day 1, day 100, day 1000, day 10,000, you will continue to fear. So there is no point. I have seen people struggling after 7 years into UPSC in writing an answer. They have gone wrong completely in their approach to UPSC. Don't commit that mistake. Okay. Why all those things? If I have to, I will not only teach, I will mentor you. Mentor you means I will guide you each and every step or journey of your UPSC preparation. You will find me and the staff here walking along with you as a shadow in the journey of your UPSC preparation. I will be there to safeguard you from bad influences, to give you, hand over you to good influences, and ensure that you carry home good dimensions from the good influences. And I will also stand outside the UPSC board when you go inside to give your interview. This is the kind of support I will promise to give you. Take care. Very important. This is about the new batch which is starting on the 16th of September. All these dimensions probably I would have explained to all of you when I interacted with you in person. The most important dimension is you will have classes generally for 4 hours minimum every day. It may extend to 6 hours depending on the scheduling of certain subjects. 4 hours is generally what we give every day. Initially a month, maybe 3 weeks or a month, I keep it 2.5 to 3 hours to build up that tempo. To build up that tempo, gradually it will go to 6 hours per day. Okay. So this is one dimension I want to cover. The second is the study material, which I have already spoken to you. Very important pillar of your preparation. Very important pillar of your preparation is the study material. And as I told you, adequate importance to your mentorship, right? This is what we promise, and we deliver much more than what I have written on the board. these two dimensions you will get advanced support here in my institute. This will start, I would say, very early. This will start very early. This will take, as I told you before also, maybe 2.5 to 3 months into GS preparation. Then I'll introduce you to ethics. Not before that, there is no point. But the essay, maybe second week, third week or fourth week, you will get exposure to essay, and the journey starts with essay. Essay is one subject, will teach you pura saal, entire year will teach you, because it has to be taught like that. There are many institutes who don't even take a single class on essay also. So, but here maybe in a month 2 classes on essays are compulsory, so that you are continuously into preparation related to essay. Very important. This also will happen 2.5 3 months. I'll make 2 groups. I'll make you sit. I'll give a topic then and there. Then I will ask. I'll give you 15 minutes time to jot down what points come to your mind. Then I'll leave you to fight amongst yourself in a group discussion. I'll just sit and monitor what you are talking. So this is basically to build your confidence in what you have learnt in the classroom. That is what I want to test here. It is not an interview, it is a group discussion. You are trying to prove that what you have comprehended is better than the other person of that particular subject. Okay? Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other thing in your life. Whatever pressure you get. Who said this? Abraham Lincoln. That no matter what, always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other thing. Whether it is your health, whether it is your circumstances, whether it is anything that is limiting your success in UPSC, that is not important. Your resolution to success is important, and you would need this in UPSC. And every now and then I will come to the class only with the sole purpose to motivate you. I will not teach anything that day. I know when to come. I will keep coming, and I will only come, I will talk, I will share my own life experiences, share experiences of others whom I have heard from them, to motivate you that you can do this, what you call difficult task in your life. With that perspective, I will take those classes. The path to success is straight. Now you decide what you want to take as your path. It is straight. Yeah. Anybody having questions? We'll take 5-7 minutes for the questions, then we can sum it up. Yeah. Anyone? Don't tell sab samajh mein aa gaya. Huh? UPSC easy or difficult? Easy if you work hard and in the right direction. Difficult if you are going away from what you call other direction. If you have to go from Indira Park to RTC Cross Road, what is the shortest route? The main road. If you enter Gandhinagar, if you exit and come into Domalguda and then go, what have you done? What have you done? You have taken the longest route. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? Yeah. Anything? No questions? How? How you will cover to means in the class. See, NCERT teaching does not happen. Today we are going to cover chapter 1 NCERT class 9. No, that is not the way to teach NCERT. The core dimension part of the NCERT teaching will start here only. Like economy is a subject. I have heard some of the institutes saying we'll take economy NCERT classes before the economy class starts. If you are aware, NCERT economy is for optional, not meant for GS. But student, you will not know. अरे आज NCERT की class है economy. That is the optional के लिए वो book बना है. You are not supposed to read from NCERT economy. If somebody is guiding you that way, you are being misguided. So you need to know all this. I have studied UPSC for 12 years. I know where to start, I know where to end. Both the poles I know. Wherever I have to start from, I will start at that level itself. Okay? Economy, when it starts, I will start what is economy. उधर से start करूँगा, I will leave you at inflation. So you to ponder about for the rest of your life. Take care. Yeah. Any questions? At least one? No question? Ma'am, you also? Yeah. Yes, yes. See, I am not saying that if you do not read today's newspaper, you should not sleep. But what happens is, if you accumulate it for the week, initially, if you are seriously preparing UPSC ka newspaper perspective, from the perspective of UPSC, 40 to 45 minutes just to cover side pages. पूरा न्यूज़पेपर if religiously doing 4 to 6 hours के बीच में लगेगा. If that 4 to 6 hours goes to the second day, that second day newspaper is also there. So 12 hours. Advisable? No. What is advisable? Why? Because one more dimension. First 3 months, you should not touch Hindu newspaper like this also. I will tell you when to start studying the newspapers. मैं बताऊंगा आपको. Why? Because if there is an article on monetary policy, inflation targeting, without basic understanding of what is the money supply, you will not understand that article. Even if you understand, your understanding is very superficial. You will never understand the depth of that article. If I tell you what is broad money, narrow money, you will not understand. Why the government is trying to control the supply of money, you will not understand. So that is when I will take time to introduce you to the newspaper. So पहले ही दिन newspaper को हाथ भी नहीं लगाना है. All 3 to 4 subjects, polity, economy, internal security and IR. These are the 4 subjects. Entire newspaper is covered under these 3-4 dimensions only. Okay? So when I complete certain foundational embedding in the classroom, then I will tell, okay, September batch, start your newspaper from 1st of January onwards. That is when you should be ready to take on the newspaper. It does not mean you are missing the newspaper for 4 months. No, I am giving you daily current affairs. The perspective, I am mellowing down the tone of the article and giving you that you can digest at that stage of your preparation. So you are doing that. After 4 months, your dependency from my current affairs kind of reduces and you go to newspaper. Going to newspaper is very important if you want to develop the language, the vocabulary for your UPSC examination. UPSC examination के लिए हिंदू newspaper का तकिया बना के सोना पड़ता है. You have to make pillow out of Hindu newspaper and sleep on it every day if you want to become IAS officer. You have to. Whether you hate, I hate that paper from the core of my heart, but I read it every day. So it is that girlfriend whom you cannot live with and you cannot live and live without. Okay? Yeah. Anything else? Asha and Nishita. Nothing? All clear? Pass हो जाओगे? 2024 jackpot. Good. Thank you very much. Bye bye.